So I think now is a perfect time to talk about why everybody is turning on Jey Uso.
4 letters, 1 word. Jey!
I could literally spot this a mile away since he won the 2025 Royal Rumble, which is crazy to me because we also saw another Samoan win the 2015 Royal Rumble and get massive hate. And I'm going to get to him in just a minute. But for now, let us talk directly about Jey Uso. I noticed that everybody is turning on Jey Uso and is even critiquing the fact that he won last week's Battle Royal to determine who CM Punk will face at Saturday night's main event for the World Heavyweight title. And it just so happened to be Jey when everybody was rooting for anybody else. I know I was rooting for LA Knight. Some of y'all were probably rooting for Dominic Mysterio. Others were voting for whoever but Jey Uso. Because why? We have seen the same rinse and repeat cycle of Jey Uso is in a number one contenders match. He wins it, earns a title shot, but then he comes up short when it's clutch time. And I'm going to get to his WrestleMania 41 victory just yet, because this is literally the same situation. Towards Jey Uso's Royal Rumble victory, we saw him get swept 3-0 by Gunther, and then next thing you know, Gunther taps out to Jey Uso at WrestleMania 41 to start off the entire show. Night one, in the beginning, you start off WrestleMania by tapping out Gunther to Jey Uso. And here's what would follow. We would see like 1 or 2 title defenses, and then eventually a loss to Gunther, reclaiming the spot once again to become a 2-time World Heavyweight Champion. And now he is currently out. Until when, I do not know, but we'll have to find out. So now here's where we stand with the whole Jey Uso thing. Yes, I talked about the same rinse and repeat cycle of him being displayed as the underdog, when really, you can't really call Jey Uso an underdog if he's been in the main event scene. He's fighting to get title contention, and then come championship game, you lose. And also in his promos, the same rinse and repeat formula where he talks about fighting for respect, doing it on his own, doing it for him, and doing it for the people. You know, the same tiring babyface promo that we have all heard for such a long time, which gets super tiring. And in the case of Jey Uso, that's what we hear from him every single week. Fight for respect. I'm fighting for me. 4 letters, 1 word, yeet. Yeah, and that is the type of rinse and repeat cycle that has made so many fans tune out and even turn against him. And you want to know how similar this situation with Jey Uso is? Remember back when I said there was another Samoan that won the 2015 Royal Rumble? Well, he was pre-tribal chief Big Dog Roman Reigns, and he experienced the same cycle that Jey is going through. 10 years ago, he won the Royal Rumble, the 2015 Royal Rumble, where Daniel Bryan or Dolph Ziggler should have been the picks to win that, got blasted with boos every single time he came out, and even had a WrestleMania main event spot for the world title, but didn't end up winning it because we saw the heist of the century where Seth Rollins cashed in to become world champion. And 10 years later, he did the same thing again. And 10 years later, he's injured. Wow, time lapse. Anyways, so like I was saying, Roman and Jey's situation back then is literally as follows. They were a crowd favorite. They got overexposed to the point where fans are turning on them. And they have been involved in so many title matches to the point where if he wins the big one, it won't really matter because they are still going to boo him regardless of his position right now. It took Roman 5 years to get on the fans' good graces. I don't even want to imagine how long it's going to take for Jey Uso to get back on the fans' graces again, because WWE have really cooked this man's momentum. The over-reliance of Jey has even costed a lot of stars getting pushes that many of us want to see. Fresh faces like LA Knight, Chad Gable, Carmelo Hayes, even your Pete Dunne, who is now El Grande 3.0 or 2.0. God, why is that even a thing? Okay, we're not here to talk about El Grande Americano. So yes, the over-reliance on Jey Uso has even costed some fresh faces to be involved in said spots, which makes them lose all credibility, to the point where we're just not looking at these guys as next level or even should be at the top. We're just not taking them seriously because of WWE's constant safety booking and over-reliance on Jey Uso. And that is something that has literally cost the WWE so much this year. Safety booking. Like, yes, the safe option is sometimes the best option, but it also gets to a point where it's getting very tiring. I want some unpredictability. I want a new star made. You know, the constant complaints we wrestling fans have. And in this case, it is kind of understandable why Jay does not need to be in these positions, because we just know what's going to happen. He's going to lose at Saturday night's main event. And why do I say that? Well, Jey Uso is probably going to cost him, or we'll see Roman Reigns return and cost him. Either way, somebody's going to cost Jay, and he's going to flip out, and we're going to get the same old rinse and repeat cycle of seeing more Bloodline Saga featured on our TV screens. Like we see it on SmackDown every day with Solo Sikoa and the MFTs running roughshod. Now imagine what Monday nights are going to be like with Jimmy and Jay taking up the time again, and even Roman returning like once a month or even 3 months at this point. I'm sorry, my Tribal Chief, I love you, but get back to work. Now here's where we stand. We're on the Jey Uso hate train. I hear where fans are coming from. They're tired of the over-reliance. I know I am tired of the Jey Uso over-reliance. They're tired of the safety booking. They're tired of the constant stale act without any progression. And I think that's something that WWE really needs to take into action. No growth equals staleness. Where there is no growth, you are going to be stale or you're going to regress. And right now, Jay is low-key regressing because we're not seeing a change. We're not seeing a change in his promos. We're not seeing a change in his in-ring style. We're not seeing a change in anything. And the slower WWE doesn't act up on this whole Jey Uso saga, the more and more fans are going to tune out of the product. And yes, we have seen a tune out of the product before, but none like this. Because why? WWE has lost its balls to make top stars, and their constant over-reliance on Jey Uso is literally costing them. Like, yes, we just need to see Jey Uso involved in something that isn't the title picture. You know how we're seeing Rhea Ripley in a side quest. Why can't you give Jey Uso a side quest? Give him a break from the title reign. Let him sharpen his skills. Let him evolve his XP for a second. You know how in a video game you have a character and then you can't really get to the boss level at level 1. You gotta evolve your XP. That's Jay. So WWE, please evolve Jay's XP. Put him in storylines where he can find himself, sharpen his skills, like I said, and stop relying on him too much, because it is getting very, 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 very annoying. And that is all from me today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching yet another one of my unfiltered rants. If you did like this, stomp all the notifications. Like, subscribe, bell icon to be notified when your favorite unfiltered Rasta appears next on your screen. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Ciao.